Welcome. This video is a more in-depth demonstration of how to work a stacked increase reversibly when you are mimicking a fabric that is garter stitch with action on the wrong side rows. Fox Paws is an example of such a fabric. If you are trying to mimic garter stitch with action on the right side rows or stockinette fabric, this is not the solution you seek. There is a solution, but it's not this one. So let's get started. I have a swatch, and I will act as if my next row is knit 3, stacked increase, knit 3. You'll recall we need 2 passes to mimic garter stitch, so there is an A side and a B side. As with much reversible knitting, we are working in pairs. In this case, we are slipping the first stitch of the pair and working the second stitch of the pair. So we are working the far side stitch and slipping the near side stitch. So for knit 3, it is slip and knit, slip and knit, slip and knit. And now I am at my stacked increase. I need to slip this stitch, but before I do, I will put a pin in it. I will be working a stacked increase into this stitch on the B side. The pin helps me find that when I come to it in a few minutes. And now I'll work my stacked increase into the far stitch of the pair. You can use whatever method you like for a stacked increase. I'm going to use Zandy's method here, which is knit, yarn over, and knit. And then slip 2 stitches back and repeat. Knit, yarn over, knit. I have 5 stitches. Slip 2 back, knit, yarn over, knit. I have 7 stitches. Slip 2 back, knit, yarn over, knit. I have 9 stitches. Slip 2 back, knit, yarn over, and knit. I have 11 stitches total. And if I can get it in there, I like to put a pin in the second stitch from the needle, which is the yarn over of that last knit, yarn over, knit. This is the center stitch of the stack. I have 11 stitches total, 5 on this side of the center and 5 on this side of the center. The last thing I need to do to complete this stack is to knit down the side so I can get back to where the rest of the fabric is. So knit down the side. Okay, so I'm back to my fabric. And again, optional, but I like to put a pin here so I know where the stack is when I come to it on the B side. And then the last part of my instruction here is knit 3, so that would be slip and knit. Do that 3 times. Slip and knit, slip and knit. Okay. So that was the A pass. Let's turn the work. and see what happens on the B pass. I'm starting off with knit 3, so slip and knit, slip and knit, slip and knit. And there's my pin alerting me that I have reached a stack. Rather than slipping a single stitch, I need to slip the entire stack. In this case, 11 stitches. So I get out my double pointed needles, and I will probably slip these onto 2 double pointed needles, just because this is a big stack and the way it turns on itself, it does not really want to be straight and flat. And if I do this correctly, after I slip 11 stitches, the next stitch should be the stitch with the pin in it. So you see now why I marked that stitch. You do not want to work an 11 stitch stack in the wrong place. So now I work the stacked increase in this stitch. And there's one last thing I'm going to do here, which is work it on a double pointed needle. And again, in a moment, you will see why I do it this way. Okay, so I've got my working yarn. I've got things maneuvered around. Here we go. Knit, yarn over, knit, slip 2 stitches back. I have 3 stitches. Knit, yarn over, knit. I have 5 stitches. Slip 2 stitches back. Knit, yarn over, knit. I have 7 stitches. Slip 2 stitches back. Knit, yarn over, knit. I have 9 stitches. Slip 2 stitches back. Knit, yarn over, and knit. 11 stitches total. And once again, if I can get a pin in there, I will put a pin in the second stitch from the right needle, which is the middle stitch of the stack. And then the last thing I need to do is knit down the side of the stack, and I think what I'm going to do here, because I'm on a double pointed needle, and to make it a little easier for myself, is get the second double pointed needle and knit down the side. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, I know this looks like a bit of a mess. There is one more thing I need to do here. I have 2 separate groups of 11 stitches. I have a group on the far stitches and I have a group on the near stitches, and I need to combine them so that they are ready to become knit purl pairs again, which means I need to slip them back and forth. So let's make sure I have the correct needles, since I have pairs of needles. So I slide things into place. I'm going to move my right needle around a lot, and I'm going to pick the stitches off, slipping them off the needles. So near stitch, and then far stitch. That's one pair. There's the second pair. There's the third pair. The fourth pair. The fifth pair. And then now I'm to the pins. The sixth, don't want to lose the one on the back needle, the sixth pair, and you notice the near side stitch with the pin came before the far side stitch with the pin. And then remember, the fabric wants to turn hard here because this is a stacked increase. So I'm pulling my cable needle up so I can turn the work here, turn the needle. And then 1, getting away there, 2, 3, 4, and 5 more. So that was 11 pairs, or 22 stitches total. And now I will work knit 3 at the end. So slip 1, knit 1, slip 1, knit 1, slip 1, knit 1. Okay, and let's kind of see what that looks like. Yeah, that is a big old reversible stacked increase. If you are working fox paws, the next row would be change colors and work across in 1x1 ribbing. So there you are. That is the solution if you need to work a stacked increase reversibly in a garter stitch based fabric with action on the wrong side rows. Happy stunt knitting!